As always, if you don't know about the show, we do our picks of the week, which is we look into the world of entertainment, so anything like books, movies, games, board games. We check them out and we tell you about them. We think they're fun, we're having fun with them. They may not be the best things in the world, but we want to mention them to you so you can get on with them in your lockdown world. So, without further ado, Scotty, would you like to tell me this? Oh, what is that?
This is Rachel's pop, but it's Jovi from the movie Elf.
Oh, okay. Is that a pickup this week, or
no? We've had that, but you've got your goddamned elf on a shelf on your about to eat your brain out of your ear or whatever.
Yeah,
I hate those things. God damn it!
I've never had one before until this year, and Kate and I have been taking it in turns to hide it around the flat. We've got a small flat. Sheesh. So it's just fun. And it's just suddenly you open a cupboard and there's an elf in a teapot. It's or there's an elf in a light switch and stuff. It's just funny. I love it.
AJ and Ashley sent out Christmas cards this year, and on the back of it, he's as much of a fan of aliens as I am. And the final picture, which is now his Facebook profile picture, is the elf on a shelf bursting out like a chest burster, and there's blood everywhere. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff.
I'm gonna check that out.
Anyway,
yeah. Anyway,
am I starting this? Who's kicking it off?
Well, I can kick it off if you want me to. Let's.
I don't have a lot to say about mine, so if you want to kick it off, go for it.
I can kick it off. So my pick this week is, if you are a long-term fan of the show, you may have heard a few weeks back or a few months back now, I was reading a book which is part of the Mistborn Trilogy, which is by an author called Brandon Sanderson. And so I spoke about the first book a few episodes ago. I was loving it, basically. I thought it was amazing. The storyline is brilliant. It's about the first book is set in a fantasy world. There's a demigod, effectively, called the Lord Ruler, who rules over the lands, and there's a different tier system of people. There's noblemen who hierarchy, who are super rich and stuff, and they have slaves basically and servants below them called Scar, who are very impoverished and they live in slums and stuff. And they're downtrodden, and basically, if they're killed, no one cares about them. And there's a whole ministry element to the Lord Ruler. It's the legal system almost, who almost control the nobles, who then control the Scar. But effectively, the thing about the book is certain people in society have the ability to what they call burn metals. So if they swallow a certain special type of metal, they can then bring out a special power within them. That metal gives them a bit of power. Some people can only burn one type of metal, so they can't burn any others. And then you get some special people called Mistborn, who can burn all the different types of metal. And that basically makes them into basically Jedis. They're super powerful and stuff, but it's effectively about this whole resistance, rebellion that's forming to overthrow the Lord Ruler and stuff. I'm not going to spoil the books or anything, but basically I've now finished the third book in the trilogy. There are 3 books in the main trilogy, and then there's some other books afterwards. And seriously, this is one of the best series of books I've ever read. There's only 3 books in it, and they're really good. They're not super short, they're not crazy long either. So don't expect Lord of the Rings sort of length stuff. It's shorter than that, but I guess the thick Harry Potter book length maybe is probably the best way to go about it. If you're familiar with Harry Potter books. It's not too bad. But it's the thing I love about it is so brilliant, because each book stands out on its own as a story, a good story, but that tied together, it's just this really epic sort of almost mini saga. And the thing I love about Brandon Sanderson, he writes very well. He writes in a very easy way to read. It's so easy to read. He doesn't go into too much detail in his descriptions, but it's very vivid, so you can actually completely see what he's trying to say. And the way he writes fight scenes and stuff, and the character of the moment is brilliant, to the point that there's twists within each of the stories that I just wasn't expecting. And quite often, if I'm watching a TV show or movie with Kate, I'll often just be that guy did it. As soon as someone walks on the camera, I'm he totally did it. She did it. Or the twist is this guy's going to be a woman, or something weird like that. I just seem to know
He's got a curly mustache.
Yeah. But and quite often I find that in books as well. I read it and be oh, okay, this is clearly what's going to happen. But this book, there's a few twists I kind of did pick up on early on, but then there's some others which I just no idea would happen. And at the very end of the book, the very final book, again, I'm not going to ruin the ending, But it was a bittersweet moment almost, because I was half expecting and half wanting a certain series of events to happen. In my head, I thought that's what's going to happen. And I almost wanted it to happen that way, but it didn't. So I was a bit disappointed. But the way it ended tied everything of all three books together. Like, it wasn't a bullshit ending. You know how like some books or some movies or whatever, TV shows or whatever, try to end this whole thing with like a bit of a twist or something, or a bit of a surprise, but it's just come out of nowhere. It's come out of left field. You're like, huh? How? What? Huh? This was not like that at all. Like, when it first started talking about it, I was like, oh, that's not what I was expecting. Was I actually started to explain elements of it? I was like, holy crap! Like it's just the way certain words he uses in the earlier books and stuff come to light in the third book, and you're just like sitting there going, oh wow, that's really good. So like, his vision was amazing. So I'm really impressed with this book series. So yeah, if you want to get it, the whole series is called the Mistborn Trilogy. Brandon Sanderson, I'm just blown away by his work. I've read a couple of other books and really like it. I know Anti-Chris mentioned before, like in our Discord chat, like he's a fan as well. So yeah, Scotty, have you got any questions or anything about it, or are you interested?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know that. No, I don't have any questions. I rarely get into books. I'm pretty confident Santa's bringing me Ready Player 2, so I have that to look forward to. Yeah. But
nice.
I mean, it sounds cool. I don't know. I feel like if there's a movie, I might be more interested in that. I'm not big on fantasy world really at all, unless you count Zelda and stuff. So just can't get into them.
That's totally fantasy. So
yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Like this I found very approachable. Like I don't like some of the fantasy get out there. It's quite complicated. But this was a friend at work basically mentioned it to me, so I thought I'll give it a try. And I was just like, this is one of the best things I've ever read, so I'm really happy I've done it. That's my. I was going to go for something Christmassy, but I was like, I've just got to mention this one because it's quite coming towards the end of the year. This has been dominating my life for the last month. I've just been reading these books, being like, this is brilliant. So yeah, there we go. Brandon Sanderson, Mistborn Trilogy. Check it out. So Scotty,
cool,
you buddy. What is your pick of the week?
I have. Oh boy, sorry. Just saw something that. Yeah.
What?
I saw something in our feedback. I pasted the screenshot of all those basically porn YouTube accounts giving us quote unquote comments on our video, and then Anti-Chris chimed in and said, "Tell them I'm interested." Because one of the comments was at the 30-minute 27 mark for a video that's 27 minutes long. They said, anyone want to do this with me? Smile, heart face, lips, heart, black heart emoji, whatever. The internet's great. My pick of the week is the series that DrScottnik on YouTube has been doing, the Go Sega Stories. Not just because Anti-Chris was in the first one, along with our friends of the site Stevie Grant and Danny Russell of Sega. They talked about the Genesis in the first iteration. The next iteration he's done is about the Saturn, and I'm in it. That's not the only reason to recommend it, but he's a really good editor. A lot of cool things that he does with it. Like it's in 3:4 ratio or 4:3, whatever it is for tube TVs or whatever it used to be for that stuff. But pretty cool. Just people talking about what they're interested in with why they support Sega, why they're into like the Genesis and the Saturn. No surprise, I talked about Knights, but a lot of people talked about Knights, so I talk about Saturn Bomberman in mine as well. Yes. But yeah, DrScottnik. I'll link the most recent video, but everyone can go check that out. I guess I could throw it in the Twitch chat right now, actually. Let me see if I can get this quickly enough. I don't know if I will be able to. But everyone should definitely look at those videos and support a cool... There it is. Okay. Support a cool idea that he's doing, and I'll throw that in the chat right now. That's the Saturn one. But DrScottnik does cool stuff. He's in our Discord every now and again, does a lot of Sega-related things. He did a whole video about Shenmue, like, essentially, when he went to Japan semi-recently, he went to all the locations of Shenmue, or as many as you could, and did a video about that. So he's got some cool stuff on there, DrScottnik. That's my pick of the week, though.
Nice,
I guess.
Nice one. Okay, yeah, check that out. It's very interesting. Good to see some of the community involved as well. Some of our friends and in the community. And I'll watch and rate you, Scotty. How's that? Would you like that?
All right, sure.
I'll rate your performance. I'll rate your feedback on
it's
what you
not.
say about Saturn Bomberman.
I was nervous on it. I didn't feel like I did the best with it, but it's fine. It's in there. So
did he just ask you to do to the camera piece, or was he there like interviewing you and stuff?
No, he said answer these 4 or 5 questions basically, and I did a video, and that's why my Saturn collection behind me is actually a little more organized than it normally is, because I went to my mom's and got all my other cases and put them on the shelf and blah blah blah. I initially thought like, oh shit, I got to get my Saturn Bomberman case because I'm going to talk about that game. So I went to my mom's and was like, oh, it's not even here. I'll just grab every other case, and then yeah, Saturn Bomberman case was already here, oddly enough, or fittingly enough, but. So yeah, no, it was fun. It was good to do that and talk about stuff and talk about the Saturn. So, but DrScottnik does a lot of good videos on there, online, on his site, on his channel, YouTube.
I love it. The internet, amazing.
Oh, and also my pick of the week is Christmas Nights. Yeah, there we go. Said it. Cool. All right, keep going.
That's fair. I mean, I think that should be everyone's pick. I was actually genuinely going to choose Christmas Nights, but I thought maybe I should. Yeah, but yeah, you've done it. So also, other than reading the Mistborn Trilogy, play Christmas Nights. Even if you got the HD version on Xbox and stuff, and PlayStation, not quite as good as the Saturn version, but still great. So play it, because you don't get to play as 3D Sonic running around, unfortunately. I don't know why did they remove that from the game. Like, what the hell?
I don't know. They basically don't. I don't think you have the presence to unlock at all in the HD version, if I remember correctly.
I'm pretty sure you do. I'm sure you had the presence to unlock. But
really? It's been a while.
It's been a while. I only played it through it once. I was like, oh, that's cool. I think I enjoyed the Saturn version more because I could play Sonic. But I'm sure there was a... Oh, damn it. I'm always tempted just to Google it now.
I don't remember. No, I don't have a system hooked up. Otherwise, I could literally turn it on and find out. But I remember there's not as much in them as as that version, as the OG. Too many initials. The OG version of Nights, because you can. Christmas Nights is in the OG version, or the HD re-release of Nights, and you can also play the Saturn visual mode, or whatever the hell they call it. But you don't have like the time synchronized things. Like if you switch it to April 1st, you play as Riala. Switch it to Valentine's Day, Hearts Fall instead of Snow and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. It does. I'm just gone to Wikipedia again because I love it. But yeah, all it says about the HD version is includes of Nights. It includes Christmas Nights, but the 2-player mode and Sonic the Hedgehog level were removed. It doesn't actually mention the presence.
Oh, 2-player. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
not many people know that there was a versus mode in Nights also.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that much fun, to be honest, because you were just Nights versus Rihanna, basically. I think it was Paul. I don't know if it was like if you could be the kids running around the level or something as well, just trying to pick up something. I don't know, but yeah. So play Christmas Nights.
Open world Nights game. How would they do an open world MMO Nights game? What would happen in that? Because I don't feel like you could adequately fly around. They tried to. Did you play Journey of Dreams at all on the Wii?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
There was an A-Life like. I think they were trying to replicate the Chow Gardens. You could actually go online and play, not play with people, but like share your little Nightopian dudes in. It was essentially just a green pasture with no background to it, maybe a skybox, I don't remember, and you could raise them and show them to people, but there was not much to it. I remember doing that with the Wii, but it's like, who went online and did anything with the Wii besides your news channel or whatever?
I didn't even realize that was a thing you could do on that game, even though I own it. That game was... when I first played that game, I was like, this is really fun. I'm enjoying this.
See if it says it on the back of the box. Yeah.
And then I finished playing it, and I was like, that was fun. And then I went back and played the original one. I was like, okay, that was not as much fun as the original. The original was way better.
They didn't need to have voice acting or anything, in my opinion.
Voice acting.
Build your own mini dream world and visit your friend's world online.
Okay.
There's no way you're going to be able to see that screenshot, but it's just a kid running through the garden or whatever there.
Okay. Right, I can sort of see a figure in outline and what looks like a hot air balloon in the background. I'm not sure.
No, that was the Nighttopian on a little parasol.
Oh, okay. There we go. That's cool. But I think it's possible to do some sort of full 3D nights. Like, even if it's like almost like, okay, so you've got the track in Sonic I always forget how to say it. Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. Yes.
Yep. Sonic Transform for sure.
Sonic Racing Transform. Let's call it that. And so they've got that sort of track, which I think works really well. So you can do like a 3D flying around like that. I guess you can almost have it set up like a racetrack circuit almost in 3D. So that could be possible. So it doesn't have to be like a fully open world sort of game, but that sort of 3D element to it. Because I think that would work quite well. Yeah.
Get the right people making it. Okay, here we go. My Dream is your personal garden where you can watch A-Lifes, Nighttopians, and Nightmarans. As you bring new A-Lifes in, the form and appearance of your My Dream world will change. Through Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, you can also visit other players' My Dreams or have others visit yours. Yeah, I guess you could. You could put objects in there. There's no actual talking. You just use like dumb word bubbles, icon messages, and stuff.
Okay.
You can't decorate the environment. So, yeah, it's about as interactive as Animal Crossing, I would say.
The Wii really didn't have much voice compatibility online. I vaguely remember one game had like you could buy a special box thing which you could talk through or something, but I think everyone else had to own that as well. So there's no
the Wii Speak or something.
Yeah. Was it the Conduit, the first-person shooter that had that or something?
Probably. There is a 2-player mode in this where you do races and battles, and like, so you try to actually. I could see a race thing working, and if you like paraloop against your player or against your opponent, maybe they take damage or whatever.
Yeah, that could be fun.
The potential is there.
It's like a Sonic the Hedgehog 2 style 2-player battle racer. You're running through the same level. Yeah, I think that could be fun.
It says challenge family and friends to 2-player battle mode. Knight's Journey of Dreams, Family Game of the Year.
2021.
Honey, I gotta tell you about this sandwich.